Hello One Piece nerds, welcome back to another video. Today let's talk about Kaido getting back up. So, if you guys have read chapter 1050, you will know that Luffy is now declared by the narrator as the victor of the Sky Battle. And so we also see Kaido and Big Mom both in the lava. And I'm not going to get into the argument if the devil fruits can work in the lava because lava is a liquid state, semi-liquid state, and liquid states basically nullify devil fruit abilities. I'm not going to get into that. That's up to Oda to decide. But from the feelings of it, the whole feeling side, and as for recognizing patterns, I feel like this is not the right time. That doesn't feel right. As much as I would love to say that Marines are now going to show up and Straw Hats will be in trouble, everything, the reactions we've gotten, and the further development we've had, I don't think this is the right time. What do I mean by that? Number one, the last hit, when Luffy puts the last hit on the tyrant or the enemy of the final of a very big arc, it's always very impactful, it's always very hard hitting, everyone feels it, everyone sees it, there's a consequence that goes away. There's a final threat there's a final threat looming that goes away. But with Kaido being defeated, there is no final threat that goes away that indicates Kaido is defeated, and now everyone in the arc, involved in the arc, specifically let us talk about Crocodile, NL, and Doflamingo, in their cases, every single time there was always this looming threat that everyone, without Crocodile being the exception, everyone felt that there is always this threat that is happening and the final villain has to be defeated in order for that threat to go away, and that indicates the defeat of the enemy, and now everyone rejoice. In this case, most of Wano has no idea that it has occurred. They don't know that a war went down. They don't know that two of the Emperors of the Sea clashed with the Straw Hat Pirates, and the samurai altogether was successful in a raid that is going to literally decide the fate of Wano over the next God knows how long. So that being said, it doesn't feel right. Number two, even though the raid, everyone who was participating in the raid knew about the news, like Momoshi announced the winner of Kaido vs. Luffy in the Sky Battle, the reactions we've gotten from the Alliance wasn't nearly as hard-hitting. And to follow up on that, the Beast Pirates we see haven't lost their will yet. They don't believe that Kaido is defeated. They still believe that they're outnumbering the Alliance and they're going to get back up, which, in my opinion, doesn't look like the sound of defeat or the sound of victory for the Alliance. If you are completely defeated by, if your leader is down, and you know for sure he's defeated, the opposing party would almost literally give up, unless we're talking about the Straw Hats. So everything indicates that Kaido has to get back up, everyone has to see the fight, and that will be the final battle. Now, you're gonna say, hey, typically we've had 3 battles, 2 where Luffy is defeated, 1 where Luffy has won. In this case, the declared victor was 1 to Kaido, 1 to Luffy. If you count before the raid, the first clash Luffy and Kaido had, Luffy has finally suffered 2 losses and 1 victory. That signifies the end of the arc. But this, however, feels very different because Luffy and Kaido has been fighting for 3 to 4 rounds, and this is not very typical. So, as to I believe that I think Oda is going to ditch that formula of 2 defeats and 1 win for Luffy, and we're going to see a 3rd round that will be the penultimate round where the victor is decided. And to further reinstill the fact that Kaido has to be defeated is the fact that people have to know about it. The next fight, next time Kaido gets back up, which I feel like he will, everyone in Wano will be witnessing that battle and will be witnessing the Alliance winning over Kaido overall. They will see the dominance of the Straw Hats and the Alliance over the Beast Pirates. And as much as I want to say that the Marines are now going to show up and we'll have the tragedy, I don't think that will be the case. That might be the case later on down the line after Kaido is finally defeated. We will finally see the Marines. I will still stand by the fact that we will see Marines in Wano interfering because there is no other way to resolve the conflict or to further enlarge the conflict other than the Marines showing up. But now, and besides that, I think there are some more justifications that are needed to be done. For example, Zoro, all this, climax about Zoro not waking up, not opening his eyes, being down for the past 20 chapters or so. 20 chapters? 10 chapters or so. 10, 15 chapters or so. I feel like there's a significant importance that Oda's trying to show us, which we will see later on the arc. This arc, Act 3, is supposed to be the biggest arc in the whole Kabuki play, and I think there is still more to come. And sorry if I missed any point whatsoever. I'm literally going off the cuff and trying to think of, something that could happen that is different from what we expect. But that is it for now. As to how the Alliance is going to beat Kaido after he gets back up is still up for argument. Because Luffy is down, Zoro is basically knocked unconscious, Sanji is in no state to fight. The same can be said for Law and Kid. So, who is it that is going to fight off Kaido? Who is the rightful person to finally put Kaido to his end? And, well, before that, let us talk about the Scabbards for a bit. The Scabbards, from what we see, almost everyone is still alive. We have not seen a proper count of them. We've seen their shadows, but we don't know what they are. We don't know who they are, and if Ashura Doji is in there. So now Denjiro has to explain to the entirety of Wano that Kaido has been defeated. All this thing happens. I think this is it's a bit of a stretch to, summarize, to let someone who hasn't played much of a pivotal role in the arc, other than doing a little bit here and there, to summarize the entirety of the raid to the entire citizens of Wano. Granted, he will Denjiro will represent the Shogun, which is true, but that's beside the point. Someone explaining the raid and then the Wano country citizens believing it is not right. They had to witness it. They have to see it for themselves in order for them to believe it, because it's such a miracle. And the same can be said for the Beast Pirates. Now, going back, my point is Momonosuke... I find 3 very good candidates to defeat Kaido. Momonosuke gets to be the MVP and defeats Kaido as the new Shogun of Wano, which is highly unlikely, but I'm just putting it out there for shits and giggles. The second person I want to go up against Kaido is Luffy. Luffy is defeated. What am I talking about? Luffy is down. He is half beaten to death. He is no longer able to stand on his own. His energy is drained out. If Kaido gets back up, realistically, he has no chance. But I think that's where the immortal surgery comes in, or there is some sort of a healing process that will occur to Luffy in order for him to get back up against Kaido again. Same way Zoro was unrealistically healed in order for him to fight King, the same could be said for Luffy for one final shot before he is in the same state as Zoro. Talking about Zoro, I feel like Zoro deserves to get the last hit. I am not a fan of Zoro killing Kaido. Zoro's been implying that he wants to slay a dragon, he has to beat Kaido, I will defeat Kaido, I will kill Kaido. He said this a bunch of times. I don't stand with it. I don't believe that he, I'm not a strong believer of that. but I feel like this could be it. He could be the last person to beat Kaido. That is it for the video. I have further more speculations on the line. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, peace.